So, you find a pool of water underneath your water heater. What do? Well, the first thing you need to consider is that it might not be a leak. Water heaters tend to produce condensation on the tank, so the first thing you want to do is just check the tank for any moisture. If you find some, that may be the cause. If not, you're going to have to look somewhere else. The next thing to consider is that you may have a leak somewhere else. Water heaters are usually surrounded by other plumbing fixtures, other pipes, so one of those might be leaking. Check those for any possible leaks. If not, then your water heater is the likely cause. If you suspect your water heater is leaking, the first thing you want to do is shut off the power. If you have an electric water heater, locate your circuit breaker panel, shut off the switch for the water heater. If you have a gas water heater, like we do right here, you want to locate this dial down here and turn it to either pilot or off. Now, if you have a serious leak, the next step is going to be to shut off the cold water supply. The cold water supply shutoff valve is usually located above the water heater. As you can see on this one, it's that red handle right there. We would turn it to the side to shut it off. You may also find a gate valve, a dial essentially, that you'll need to turn clockwise to close. Just be careful about any water. It can get very hot, up to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. This will cause serious burns. So if you can't get to the water shutoff valve safely, you want to locate the main shutoff valve for your house. Now, if the leak isn't serious and you're not sure exactly where the leak is coming from, you may want to leave the water on just for now so we can investigate a little bit and try to locate the source of the leak. The first place you want to check are the inlet and outlet pipes leading from your hot water tank. Check these connections. It may just be a loose connection that you just need to tighten up, not a serious problem. So check there first. The next place we want to check is the temperature and pressure relief valve, which is located on the side of the tank. This valve is designed to let out water if there is too much pressure or the water is heated too much. So if it's leaking from here, it's possible that you may have too much pressure in the tank, which is something to be concerned about. We want to check around the edges of the valve to make sure it's watertight. We want to check the valve itself, follow the pipe to the floor, and see if there's any water actually leaking out of the valve down below. In this case, your valve might be faulty, or like I said before, there may be too much pressure in the tank. The next place we want to check is the drain valve. This is used to drain or flush the water heater. Again, like the temperature and pressure relief valve, we want to check around the edge, make sure it's watertight. We want to check the valve itself to make sure it's not faulty and it's working properly. Finally, we want to check the bottom of the water heater. This is where most leaks do occur. If you have a leak coming from the bottom of your tank, it's possible, it's likely, that you have an internal problem with your water heater. In this case, most likely you will have to replace your water heater. Once you've diagnosed the leak, if you haven't already, shut off the cold water supply and call a professional plumber.